everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and today I'm taking a look at a TCG, trading card game, which is odd because, again, I did not grow up like a lot of people did with Magic the Gathering, things like that. I am very late to the TCG, CCG whole arena there, so it's a bit of a new environment for me. Star Wars Unlimited got me in there. I played Lorcana. I played a lot recently. But this was one I got it because my daughter loved the artwork on it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a look at this as a family game. And this, I am talking about Neopets Battledome. Yes, Neopets, I guess, is an IP. Again, know very little about Neopets. Apparently, it's a huge thing. It was a huge, big card game for a while. But this is my first kind of entry into this. So I'm looking at this fresh, as someone fairly new to CCGs and really new to Neopets. So before I get into what I thought about Battledome, let's first see how the game is played. Okay, we are set up for a game of Neopets Battledome here. This is going to be a very quick overview just so you can kind of get a feel of how the game is played. But I only have one player here. The other players kind of area will be set up the exact same way, and it's just a head-to-head battling. So pretty much you're gonna choose your Neopets. Here I've chosen a Kara. You've got a deck here of Neopets. You've got up to 5 different Neopets you can use, different species, all of the different kind of abilities down here, and different values. So let's go through these real quick. This right here is the attack. This is the number of dice you roll. This is the defense. This is how many dice you roll when defending. And then 6 is agility, and we will get to that when we go over battling. And over here, you're going to have the rainbow pool. These are when your Neopet can kind of upgrade itself. And we'll get to that in a moment as well. So first off, up here, you have your hit points. So you're going to find some way to keep track of hit points. So for right here, we will go ahead and use a D20. So the way the game is played, first off, you're going to go ahead and get 5 cards into your hand. And you're going to play these cards. First off, what's nice is play area here has draw, train, prep, and battle. You're going to start off with 5 cards in your hand. And at the beginning, you are going to draw. Here we go. We've drawn 1. And here is my hand. You can take a mulligan if you choose. But you're going to notice, first off, let's take a look at these cards here. Code stones are going to go here. Equipment, you can have up to 3 equipment cards here. And fairies will go there. So what happens? First off, you're going to train. Training is take a code stone. See this code stone right here? Right now, my Neopet is a level 0. If I take this code stone, place it right underneath here, all of a sudden he is level 1. And notice his agility goes up. So instead of 6, I have a +1, so 7. So I have a 7 agility, and that is train. Next, it is prep. I get to play 1 card from my hand. Let's take a look here. But now, there is one caveat right here. This right here shows the level I have to be to play this card. So I can play this one because it is a 1. However, this one is a 2, and I cannot play this, all right? So I cannot play that until the next round when I get another code stone in there that makes me level 2. So if I could play this right here, this legend, draw cards from your deck equal to the number of equipment cards currently in play. That would not help me at all. Now, for example, if I had, say, an equipment in here and say it's later in the game, and I did have a second code stone here, so I would be up to level 2 at that point, I could play this equipment card. That is gain 1 defense, and I would place it right here. So this right here, these are going to go ahead and go up until you have up to level 5. And these equipment, you can have 3 equipment. You can replace it later. A couple other things, the legend cards will go away. Fairy cards that you'll place over here. For example, this is a fairy. If I were to play this later in a round, that'll set here, and it stays up. It stays there until the end of the round. And then also you've got food that does not count as a card play, but those will give you a kind of a one-time ability. And potions you can play as well. So all that is draw, then you're going to train, code stones, prep, you're going to play your card to kind of level up, and then you're going to battle. What is battle? That's kind of what this is about. First off, look how many dice you're going to roll. So a car is going to roll 3. And then let's say my defender over here has a defense of 5. Just like this. So you hit on a 4, 5, or 6. Now there can be different things that mitigate, but for right now you will hit on a 4, 5, or 6. So we're going to roll just like this, and then the opponent is going to roll, and take a look. Just like that, there is nothing. They have defended nothing. Now, this is a critical hit. So this goes through no matter what. So example, if they had, that is a 6, if they had that 1 defense, well, that would break through and they'd still take 1 point of damage. One other thing, the agility comes into play here. Here's how agility works. My agility here is 8. All right? So 8, and say their agility is just, say it's up to 6. Well, that difference is 2. I have 2 more agility, meaning that I can grab these 2 and re-roll up to 2 dice. So there we go. And just like that, that is 5. And that is a crit, so this actually would block. And so right there, that blocks. And they would take 1 damage, so they would lower that to, well, whatever theirs is. Mine's 8. It would be 7 if me, but if they're at 10, they go down to 9. All right, so then that's battling. There's one other card I will go through, though, as well that you're going to get. That is a paintbrush. Notice this starry paintbrush here. This is a certain type of paintbrush. If you do have this in your hand and you play it during the prep phase, then you are going to kind of upgrade your pet if you have that card. So Akara right here, go through my rainbow pool, look through here. If I use my starry paintbrush, oh, and look at that. I have starry Akara just like this. So if I swap these out, there we go. Starry Akara has upgraded stats. It has 2 more hit points. It's got 1 less attack. It's got 2 more defense. And it actually has 1 more agility. So using a paintbrush like this, you can upgrade your Neopet. So you're going to keep going until someone's Neopet wins, someone loses. The loser is going to take their Neopet and place it face down. The winner, say if Akara won, will place it face up. And then you're going to get rid of everything. Just like that, all the equipment goes away, the fairy goes away. And then you're going to bring out another Neopet. And not from the rainbow deck. That would be very bad. You're going to bring out another Neopet, and then you're going to start again. And the winner of the Neopets Battledome is the first person to win 2 rounds, is the champion. And that is a quick how to play Neopets Battledome. Okay, again, that is a very quick overview about how to play Neopets Battledome. Again, it's not all the rules, and there's going to be a lot of different cards that, as with anything, change the rules, change what you can do and things, but that's a quick overview. First off, let's take a look at this as a system. I did play this with my daughter, who's 8 years old, and that's really how I'm viewing this game. So I will say she loves the artwork. The artwork in this is just adorable. I mean, I'm looking at things like Starry Hot Dog. Even the Neopets themselves are very cute. You've got all the different art style is something that kids would immediately be drawn to. Now, that being said, she has played games like Lorcana. And so she loves, obviously, she's a huge Disney girl, but this one drew her in even more, I will say, because this is something that's unique to her, and it's very unique to the game. It has its own type of art style. So the artwork in here is great. There's a lot of variety in these cards, that different cards will do different things, so it's different. It's also really good when you play it with a kid and you get to grab different cards and teaches them different, almost mechanics of the game. So I think this is a really good card game for her to get into as she gets more and more, hopefully, into board games. Because a lot of these kind of rule-breaking cards allow you to do different things, whether the potions or the foods or even the legends, things like that. It plays simple enough, but there's enough in there, enough meat on the bones that you actually do enjoy it as a parent, and as a kid, they are actually learning as they're playing the game. And the Code Stones, the entire game itself is fairly simple. You know, Code Stones, you start to level up your Neopet, 0, 1, 2, 3, you go up, you see that number really big about when you can play that, when you can't. Everything on this game just flows. Everything is written down there at the bottom. This is exactly what you do. You start with the drawing, you go through piece by piece, you look down, and that's how you play the game. That itself makes this game flow really well, especially when you're playing it as a family. And it does go quick. It goes quick, but I can see how the battles sometimes can be long, because the fun, I think, is leveling up your Neopet. But once you get to a certain point, then you're just rolling dice. All right, and there's a lot of luck with rolling dice. Of course there is. It's the way it is. But then that's where agility comes into play, because you raise that agility, you have the chance to re-roll those dice and kind of mitigate that luck, which is something you do learn in this game if you're just starting off. You raise that agility because fistful of dice are nice, but being able to re-roll those, that's really important. But like I was saying, the battles can get a bit long towards the end, but then it also becomes The battles can get long as far as the length of time they take, but the turns are short because you're going to keep getting through. You're going to roll, roll, roll once you have your Neopet where you want it, and then keep going back and forth. Now, I do like the critical hits because no matter how much armor they have, you can always have that one hit that gets through, which I think makes agility pretty important to be able to break through on that. Now, it really leans into the TCG or CCG, and that's something that I'm kind of new to. So I'm exploring different things about it because these type of games, they really leave you wanting more. For example, there may be certain types of pets. As you know, the Neopets and then you have the rainbow pets, that you're going to need a certain paintbrush to get to those. You may have an animal over here that's, say it's, I don't know, the rainbow brush or whatever, but you may, the rainbow pet, but you may not have the actual brush to allow you to play that pet. So you have to go and kind of look in the booster packs for that. That's something you have to know going in. It is a CCG, it is a TCG. Now, will this play well, fine as it is? Yes, because this right here, I think we're going to be fine and content with. Will we probably get booster packs? Probably. It'll be just something fun for her to open and play with. And again, the whole collecting part of this, I don't know if she'll get into, but she enjoys it. She enjoys looking at them, exploring what the new cards do. The deck building is fairly simple. I didn't go in the deck building into how to play, but it's pretty much just two of most things. You only have one fairy. It's a very simple style of deck building as opposed to some of the other ones I've gotten into. Now, balance-wise, there may be some balance issues, but you do want to build your decks as strong as you can. But these decks, the two that come out, the first two are fairly similar and fairly basic. So you will kind of level up from there. So at the end of the round, it's just about dice rolling, and that's pretty much the game. I will say getting more than the starter decks is probably important. If you do like the game, dive in a bit more. Now, comparing this to, as a family, we did play Lorcana. And like I said, we're annual pass holders to Disney, love Disney. But for some reason, my daughter likes this more than Lorcana. I don't know why. I would have thought she would gravitate to the Disney one. But this right here, I think it's more straightforward for her. And I think she's seen enough Disney everywhere. This, for her, is unique. These are Neopets. It's something that's different. So I think she has really dove into this. Even last couple nights, I've kind of held off on this review because she's wanted to play it again and again and again. So this right here, I will recommend if you do have kids that want to play a style card game and a card game that you can play at night before bed, this is a perfect one. And again, just this will be fine. You can always dive in more and slowly get some packs. But this I was impressed with. I'm coming in at an 8 on this, and I can only see this going up as we add different things to it because I have a feeling this will hit the table in my family a lot. So that is a seal of approval for me here at the Dice Tower. This is Neopets Battledome. A very big surprise for a trading card game of an IP I knew nothing about, but it's cute, really cute. So, try it out. I'm Joy Evans, and I'll see you later on the channel.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.